true origin of the Earth. There are so many theories that assumes to be the reason of the beginning of the solar system, yet this question remains to be unanswered. The nebular theory is one of the most widely accepted models to explain the formation and evolution of our solar system. This theory is now thought to hold the truth about the universe.
The nebular theory believes that the solar system was first a nebula, a hot, slowly rotating heap of mass of rare matter. Little by little, the nebula cooled down and contracted. Its rotation became faster. Due to this, the nebula turned into a flattened disc-like shape. So, in time, the rings of gaseous matter became separated from the outer part of the disk until the diminished nebula at the center was surrounded by a series of rings, out of which rings a great ball was formed. By shrinking, eventually became a planet. The nebula that was left in the center condensed and became the Sun.
The nebular theory was introduced by Emanuel Swedenborg, the founder of a small church, proposed the idea that a rapidly rotating nebula formed itself into our solar system of sun and planets. He claimed that he obtained the information from heavenly visitants, incense, but many think he got his theory from the devils.
Another scientist named Marcus Pierre de Laplace developed a theory that became more widespread than others. He begins with a swirling cloud of gas. As it cools, it condenses and rotates more rapidly and gradually forms itself into a high-speed disk of gas. Materials out on the edge fly off in rings and become planets and moons. The material left in the center became our sun.
Actually, stars were born in massive and dense clouds of molecular hydrogen. These clouds are called giant molecular clouds.
Giant molecular clouds are gravitationally unstable, and when they collapse, they form stars. Rocky planets form in the inner part of the protoplanetary disk, wherein the temperature is high to prevent the condensation of ice into grains. One thing I also know about this theory is that when there is clotting of purely rock grains, they form rocky planetesimals. The growth of these planetesimals accelerates as the mass accumulates. When oligarch accretion happens, they absorb the other planetesimals.
In life, we may experience or encounter hardships and obstacles that are not always pleasant. No matter how small or big they may be, we cannot ignore them. They help us shape our personality and they help build up our character. They are part of who we are and who we will be in the future.
Same goes with the nebular theory. The nebular theory talks about the origin of the solar system, according to which a rotating nebula cooled and contracted, throwing of rings of matter that contracted into the planets and their moons, while their great mass of the condensing nebula became the sun.
We, humans, are the nebula, and the rotation represents the current situation we are in at the moment. The rings thrown off are the effects of the actions and decisions we make, whether they may be good or bad. After the rings are thrown off, they contrast or combine and form into the planets and the moons. The newly formed planets and moons represent the morals and lessons that we have learned from our experience. Last but not the least, the nebula becomes the sun, which can be portrayed as a transformation of an individual after being put down. We must pick ourselves up again and brush it all off as if nothing ever happened. But we must not forget about the things we may have picked up along the journey, the important values that could be of great help in the near future. After all, we are all just human beings. We make mistakes, and these mistakes are what makes us human.
The nebular theory does not only talk about the beginning of the world, but from this we can gather moral lessons about life.
What does the future hold? According to scientific studies, the Big Crunch is one of the possible scenarios for the ultimate fate of the universe. The Big Crunch is the opposite of the Big Bang. There's also a big chance that this could happen because there is enough matter in the world for the collective gravity to overcome the expansion. The Big Freeze, in which also known as the heat death, is one of the possible scenarios predicted by scientists in which the universe may end. It is a direct consequence of an ever-expanding universe. The most telling evidences, such as those that indicate an increasing rate of expansion in regions farthest from us, support this theory, such as it is most widely accepted model pertaining to our universe's ultimate fate.
Now, what theory do you believe in?